We are back with another video. So let's cue the intro, shall we? If you click on this video, you know we're going to be talking about my 2025 movie predictions, and we're doing it a little different this time, okay? We're trying something new. That being said, this is going to be my first ever tier list. So if you disagree with me, put it in the comments. Some of these movies I've watched only the trailer, and some of them I've watched the full movie and I've given a review. At the end of this video, I will have a playlist for both of those things. I have to give a shout out to Cody Leach as he gave me inspiration to make this video. And I'm actually using the tier list that he used in his video because, frankly, a lot of these movies I'm probably either going to go see, and I wanted to give my own opinion about it. I'll leave a link to his tier list in my description below so you guys can show some love and, make your own tier list if you like. Let's go over to the tier list so I can explain how I'm going to rank them. As you can see over here on my left side, we have 5 categories, okay? Uncle Manny reviews is going to be something that I put my stamp of approval on, so that's why it essentially is the S tier. Worth your money to me means going to watch it in the theater, going out, having an experience in the theater, spending some dollar, spending some coin, whatever you want to call it, okay? And going and actually getting out the house and watching it in the theaters. Watch and chill is essentially streaming, and I put it watch and chill because you can watch it with your shorty, and if you end up not watching it, that's okay because it's on streaming, so you can rewind it or you can pause it, or maybe you watch the whole thing, maybe you don't. Don't even bother is honestly exactly what it says. Don't even bother. Don't waste your time because I'm not gonna waste my time. Why? Just why? It's just a movie that it's like, why are we even making this movie? Honestly, what is the point of this movie? This movie should just never been made. So now that we got that out the way, let's get started.
Finally!
Now, the first movie we have is Den of Thieves 2. I've already watched this. Unfortunately, I haven't done an actual video review because at the time of it coming out, I just wasn't feeling it. But I will say that I think it's something that is worth watching when it comes to streaming. So I'm gonna say watch and chill. Watch it, relax, enjoy it. It's a decent sequel. It's something that I think that you will enjoy while you're at home chilling. It's not something that I think you should run out and catch it while it's in theaters still. There are some moments that I feel are really, really suspenseful, but I think you can still get the same feeling while you're at home. So we're gonna put that under watch and chill. Next, we have Wolfman. Now, when the trailer first came out to this, I wasn't really feeling it. And as I kept seeing the trailer more and more, I really just was like still unsure about the movie. It wasn't something that I felt like struck me as something that I needed to see, and especially in theater. I don't even think I'm gonna watch this when it comes to streaming. I do know that werewolf movies are popular, and I think that they can make really good ones. There's one in particular that I think they need to make, but we gotta wait for cancel culture to kind of really die down before that, because I don't think anybody got the balls to make this movie. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put it under don't even bother. The reviews for this haven't really been great, and I feel like a lot of even horror film people have been let down. Flight Risk was one of those movies when I first started watching the trailer, I was like, man, this actually could be dope. Mark Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg. Why am I saying his name like that? Mark Wahlberg. What the? Mark Wahlberg as a villain is something we haven't seen really since Fear, and honestly, he was really crazy in that movie. So I kind of really made me feel like they had some hope. I don't know. I just when I watched this trailer, I was like, something told me don't go see it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I saw a lot of reviews where this movie was trash to people. I, for one, like chamber pieces, and what chamber pieces are, if you don't know, are they're basically a movie that takes place in one location. Think of phone booth, if you will. Personally, I think that they just didn't do what they wanted to do. I think they needed to give it a little bit more money here, and it suffered a lot from that. So that being said, I'm gonna also put this at don't even bother. Presence was one of those movies when I saw the trailer, I was like, man, this actually looks dope. I love the idea of a ghost movie from the point of view of the ghost. I thought that was something very unique, and it was something that we never seen before. And honestly, it intrigued me from there, and I was already gonna watch it simply because I wanted to see how they would do it and how they would tell that story. You know what? I'm gonna say Uncle Manny approves because I think you should watch this regardless. It's a really, really good movie. So we're gonna go ahead and put that at the S tier. Next, we have Screamboat. Not gonna even talk about this movie. It's one of those movies where I'm just like, why? Just why? Okay. Honestly, I don't understand why they're making these movies. I don't understand why they're making these like low budget horror films based on childhood shows. Like, for what? I mean, they did it the Winnie the Pooh. People loved it. I hear there's like a Bambi movie coming out. There's a Peter Pan movie. I'm just not interested in this type of stuff. It's not for me, and I can't get behind it. Going on to another movie that I watched and did a review on, we have Campaign. Campaign is a movie that I think I was really excited about when I first watched the trailer. And once I watched the movie, I was like, okay, I kind of know what the story is, and I was waiting for things to kind of hit the fan. And it's one of those movies that doesn't really hit the fan, but also doesn't stay calm either. It's a weird movie, but in a good way, you know. But personally, I feel like you could watch this at home. I say you watch and chill for this because I don't think you need a theatrical release. We have Kind of Pregnant. This is not a movie for my demographic. I saw it on Netflix as an option to watch, and I chose to not watch it. So I'm just gonna say, don't even bother unless you are a woman and or a pregnant woman. I'm good on this. When I seen the trailer for Hard Eyes, I was just like, how are they gonna do this? We have another holiday slasher film. You know, it looked like it was gonna be a fun movie. It was kind of like not taking itself too seriously. And it was kind of gory, and it was something that I really enjoy when I watch these kind of slasher films. I like when the slasher is not someone that is like slowly walking. I want them to be realistic, and I feel like Hard Eyes kind of treads the needle on that. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it just because I haven't had the time to actually go and watch it. But I think that I'm gonna wait until it's on streaming because I feel like that's the kind of movie it is. I like the holiday slasher movies. I really like Thanksgiving, and I went and saw that in the theater, and I had a really good time. But I feel like Hard Eyes is one of those movies you gotta watch on streaming. So watch and chill at home, you know? Next, we have Captain America Brave New World. And I know a lot of people out there are talking about how this movie is gonna be Captain America that we are not used to. And it's like, no shit. I mean, it's a different Captain America. We've never seen this kind of movie where we've had a different kind of Captain America. So it's one of those things where it's like it could be really, really good or just terrible. It's the Marvel universe. With their movies, I think you get more of an impact when you're surrounded by the big screen and the big audio. So that being said, I'm strictly gonna say this. I think it's gonna be worth your money. I'm gonna go on good faith, and I'm gonna hope that it's gonna be a decent movie, something that, you know what, we can be proud of. Next, we have The Gorge. Now, I did not know anything about this movie until I saw the original video that I got this tier list from. And just based off of the premise alone and the fact that it's on Apple TV, I was kind of like conflicted, you know? Like one part of me is like, man, that's a cool concept. And the other part of me is like, it's Apple TV, man. They don't really land a plane sometimes. You know what I mean? If you don't know, it's about two snipers guarding this gorge that essentially, if I'm correct, is like the gates of hell. I could be wrong though. Again, I haven't seen the trailer. I don't really know much about it aside from the original video that I saw this from. I will be checking it out though because it is on Apple TV and I'm gonna be using my subscription to watch it. So look out for a review on that. What more can I say? It's Anya Taylor Joy. I mean, do I need to say more? That being said, we're gonna be putting that in the watch and chill category. The monkey, I think, is gonna be something that's gonna surprise a lot of people. I don't think that it's gonna take itself too serious, but I think it's gonna be a really, really gory movie. Just based off of the trailer, I feel like, man, this is my kind of film. I think that it's something that I'm gonna enjoy. So I'm actually going to go watch this in the theater, and I will have a review on that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be worth your money. Okay, I could be wrong. Sometimes I am, but we'll see. At the time of this recording, we're gonna put it under worth your money. Robert Pattinson in a kind of like comedic role is something that I'm just like here for. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like you go from Batman to a clone that's used to die all the time to further humanity. I'm here for it. It's from the director of Parasite, and I love that movie. And honestly, I'm gonna put that as worth your money. That is gonna be something that I know for a fact is gonna be best watched in theaters. Jack Quaid stepping on his role from The Boys, and he was in the companion movie, and I think that he did a really good job in that. I feel like this movie's gonna be a miss for me. I think they're gonna be doing too much, and it does look like a fun, fast-paced movie. I don't think Jack's gonna be able to carry this film. I'm kind of skeptical about it. So I'm gonna say watch and chill because I think it's a movie that it's probably be best for streaming purposes, honestly. Now, the new Snow White movie, I'm not the demographic for it, but unfortunately, I'm gonna be forced to watch it. Um, just because I have a wife that who wants to watch it, and happy spouse, happy house. But I'm gonna say for me, if I wasn't in that situation, I'm gonna say don't even bother. I'm tired of these movies. I'm tired of like this movie. The original came out in 30s. I'm good. Like I'm good, bro. I don't care about this character. I don't think it makes sense to even do this kind of movie right now. So I'm just gonna say don't even bother. I'm gonna say that Minecraft is a watch and chill. I mean, I think if you look at this as a video game movie, which it is, it's gonna stay true to the lore, and I think that a lot of people will like it because of that. But I think overall, as a film, this very well could have just been an animated movie, and I think it would have been a lot better. I was gonna go ahead and put Sinners under Uncle Manny approves because it's Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. Like they don't miss, and I just love the premise of the film. It's set around vampires in the Jim Crow era. I'm excited for it. I cannot wait for it to come out and give my review on it. I will be there day one for sure, and I know I'm gonna watch it multiple times. Hey, if you made it this far, comment movie lover, okay? We're halfway through. We're almost done, y'all. The next movie we have is Until Dawn, and I watched the trailer on this and gave my reaction to it. I think that it's something that a lot of video game people are going to be mad about because it didn't stick to the lore 100%. It's giving us a little bit of a twist, and I, for one, like the twist. I think that when you make video game movies, you have to kind of tread the line, right? You have to make sure that you give the video game fans what they want, but also give people who don't know anything about video games and aren't into video games something that they can watch. Like you don't want to alienate that. You don't want to like buy yourself out of that money, if that makes sense. So I do like the twist. I'm just interested to see how they actually pull it off. I think there's going to be a lot of homages to a lot of horror films. So I think horror film fans are going to enjoy it. So it's going to be one of those toss ups for me. I think I am going to go watch this in the theater. I want to say it is going to be worth your money simply because I think they're doing something different with this series. And I think that they might just pull it off. Next, we have the Thunderbolts, and I'm just gonna put worth your money because I'm gonna go watch it in the theater. I think it's gonna be funny. I think it's gonna be fun. It is Marvel. It's something that I know that is gonna have a decent budget. Florence Pugh is amazing. I think that this is gonna surprise a lot of people. I really do. I don't think it's gonna bomb. I think it's gonna do well. So we're gonna say worth your money. Final Destination Bloodline. I want to put this at why, just why, because I feel like why do we need this movie? You know, can we just let the franchise just be? That's all I gotta say. But I'm gonna put it at watch and chill because I'm gonna watch this when it comes to streaming. I don't think I'm gonna see this in the theaters. I think it's one of those things that I'm just gonna be like, okay, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Uncle Manny approves. I really enjoyed Dead Reckoning, and it's Tom freaking Cruise. Honestly, man, the Mission Impossible series just goes crazy, and personally, just seeing the footage of him hanging off the plane, I just know this movie's gonna be dope. Just go watch it. Don't worry about it. I'll put my stamp on that. Next, we have the live action version of Lilo and Stitch. Time of this video, I've only seen a teaser on it. I'm pretty sure the trailer is gonna drop once I upload this, but I don't know if it's gonna be a one for one copy, and I honestly don't want it to be. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do a live action version of a movie, I think that you add to what the animated version was. I don't know if you need a shot by shot for it. I don't know what that does. What's the justification for that? I don't know. So I'm gonna say watch and chill. I think it's something that I'm gonna watch on streaming. I don't see myself going to the theater to watch this. Now, the Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. I'm gonna say don't even bother. I'm kind of over the Karate Kid series. While these two being together is iconic, I think that it's something that we don't need, honestly. Cobra Kai was cool while it lasted. I felt like it just the last couple seasons, like people just stopped watching it. I feel like it just kind of died off. Like they milked it for what it was, and I think that this is a movie that personally I don't see it doing very very well. I really think that it's gonna bomb. So don't even bother watching this. It what more can they add to this? You know what I mean? I don't know much about the life of Chuck other than that it is from the mind of Stephen King, and that kind of makes me intrigued a little bit. It gives me hope that man, this actually could be kind of dope. I don't have any other information. I don't know if it's just going to be a straight to streaming movie or something that is going to be in the theater. If it is in theater, I'm actually going to watch this. I like suspense sci-fi, and I might go check that out in the theater just to get the experience. Ballerina. I'm just going to go ahead and say Uncle Manny approves. It's Anna de Armas as an assassin in the John Wick world. What more can you ask for? This is probably the last time we're also going to see Keanu Reeves as John Wick in here. I've been waiting for this movie for a couple years. I'm excited for it. So yeah, I'm already going to give it my gold stamp of approval because I feel like it's going to be good. I can tell from the trailer that Anna has really been practicing and kind of really taking on the action star role in this one. Next, we have How to Train Your Dragon, the live action. I'm gonna just say watch and chill. Personally, I don't. I know it was made for IMAX, and I know it's gonna look pretty. I just don't want to waste my money on something that I've already seen in animated form. 28 years later, I feel like it was about 18 years too late. Honestly, I think that it's gonna be a movie that people are gonna watch just because it is a zombie movie, and zombie movies are really, really popular. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I am gonna go watch and chill this. I'm not gonna watch this in the theater. I'm probably gonna get talked into watching this theater. I'm pretty sure my buddy, after he watches this video, he's gonna text me and yell at me like, "Bro, what are you talking about? Like, you're gonna watch this in the theater." So, but I'm gonna leave it as watch and chill. I don't have high hopes for the movie. F1, I'm just gonna say worth your money. I'm gonna watch this in the theater. I'm probably gonna watch it in D box. You know, it's Brad Pitt driving Formula One race cars. Like, just based off of the trailer that I've seen, it reminds me of the Gran Turismo movie. And I see that they borrowed a lot of the angles and the sequences. So it's going to be a dope movie, honestly. And frankly, the D box with this movie is going to be insane. So I'm here for it. Next, we got Megan 2.0. I'm going to say watch and chill. Even though I seen the first one in the theater, I think the second one's not gonna need you to watch it in the theater. Personally, if it was a film that came strictly to Netflix, I think it would be fine. Jurassic World Rebirth, I'm gonna say it's gonna be worth your money because of a few things. One, the action is gonna be insane. Hearing the dinosaur and like Dolby digital surround sound and like seeing it on a big screen, I think that will really allow you to appreciate this movie. Personally, I love Scarlett Johansson, and just based off of the trailer, I'm just gonna say I'm definitely in there. I think it's gonna be good. Do I think we need another Jurassic World movie or Jurassic Park movie? No. Speaking of action movies, we have Superman. I'm just gonna say worth your money. I'm gonna go watch it just because again, it's one of those movies that I think that you need the theatrical experience to appreciate it. I don't know if it's gonna replace Man of Steel for me. You know, Henry Cavill is my Superman. I don't know how well this movie's gonna do, but personally, I think that I'm still gonna watch it in the theater just to give it a chance. I think that that's the best way I can give you an honest review about it. Sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm just gonna say why, just why. I don't think we need that. I don't think anybody cares about that franchise. It's one of those things where it's like, what are we doing here? Fantastic Four, yes, please. I watched the teaser. I was highly impressed by it. I'm waiting to see what Mr. Fantastic's effects look like. Just based off of that will determine if I go watch it. But right now, as the time of this recording, I'm gonna say it's gonna be worth your money. I think it's gonna be a fun movie. I think it's gonna be something that will allow you to look at the Fantastic Four series in a different light. I'm hoping for that at least because, like I said, it's a hard film to do well. So Naked Gun, I'm gonna say why, just why. I don't think it's a movie that will be appreciated right now. Freakier Friday, I'm gonna say don't even bother. We don't need it. I think it's a very niche demographic that's gonna watch it on Disney Plus. But frankly, I'm not watching it. We don't. I'm not gonna bother, and I don't think you either. Nobody 2, we're gonna watch this in the theater. I liked Nobody 1. I thought it was actually surprisingly good. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Nobody 2. I can't wait for a trailer to come out so I can actually talk about it. But yeah, I think it's gonna be worth your money. Not gonna lie to you. Next, we have Shelby Oaks, which appears to be some sort of demonic movie. And I'm just gonna say I'm good. I'm gonna say don't even bother. I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen a trailer. I know zero about it, but just based off of the synopsis on IMDb, I'm good. We have The Conjuring. I'm gonna put that as why, just why. I feel like the Conjuring series has gone downhill so quickly. They've had so much trouble getting the success that they had in the beginning, and I don't see them changing that anytime soon. We have Saw 11. Personally, I'm also gonna put this as why, just why. We don't need another Saw movie. I was on the fence about Saw 10 when I watched it. I was pleasantly surprised, and I was happy that they did a really good job with it. I actually enjoyed Saw X. Personally, though, I don't think we need another movie. I think we need to just leave it alone. Let it be 10 movies. For films like this, like, I mean, I know that they try to chase like the Jasons and the Friday the 13th where they have, 18 different movies, but I think that we're good with this. Like, I think 10 is probably the cap. It's like, what more can you say? What more can you do? You know that the twist is going to be there. You kind of know what the twist is going to be. It's never going to change. I think we need to just let it die down. Let it just be what it is. Leave it at 10 and that's it. That's my take on that. The Michael Jackson movie, I'm gonna say it's gonna be worth your money. I'm gonna go watch this in the theater just because I want to hear that music in the stereo inside the theater. I want to jam out while I'm eating my popcorn, and I think that it's gonna be a really good film. I'm based off of the synopsis. It looks like it's gonna have key moments from when he was in the Jackson Five as a child up into his death. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they put in the movie. I know that the musical numbers are gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dope. The fact that his son is playing him is even better. So yeah, I'm here for this, and I'm gonna love watching this in the theater, and I think it's gonna be worth your money. Next, we have Tron Eris, and honestly, I don't know about this one. I think that visually it's gonna be worth your money, but it's one of those things like, man, how long did they wait to make this? You know what I mean? I'm gonna say though it's gonna be worth your money just because I feel like the theatrical experience is gonna be something that will help you appreciate the film. Next, we got Black Phone 2. I am gonna be honest, I haven't seen the first one. I hear really good things about it. So maybe I'll watch the first one and change my mind on this. But right now, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a watch and chill. I think you watch this on streaming. I don't think you need to go in the theater to watch it, even though the first one came out and it was highly successful in there. Next, we have Mortal Kombat 2. Based off of what I heard today, I'm gonna say worth your money. The first one I watched on streaming, and I was actually I liked it. I liked the effects. I was following the movie for a while. I was like most people disappointed that there was no tournament. I mean, the whole point of the game is a tournament, and to have a movie based on a game that is a tournament, for you not to have a tournament and you're introducing a new character was kind of weird to me. But here we are. We're getting a second one, and I'm hearing that this one is more tournament like. I'm actually a fan of the original ones. Oddly enough, I think that they're so bad that they're good. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they do the tournament in this. Do we get some crazy fatalities? I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it's gonna be worth your money. Predator. I'm gonna say let's watch it. You know what? No. I'm gonna say watch and chill. I'm a Predator fan. Man, I'm conflicted about this. Hold on. You know what? No, I'm gonna say it's gonna be worth your money. I'm gonna move it. I say let's watch this in the theater. When Prey came out on streaming, people were yelling and screaming, "Why can't we watch this in the theater?" Blah blah blah. Hopefully, they learned from that and decided to make this movie to be something that will make up for that. Running Man, I'm gonna say watch and chill. It's a remake. I don't think we need to see this in the theater. I'm gonna just say watch it on streaming. Yeah. Watch that on streaming. I don't think it's something that we care about. But I could change my mind. Again, some of these trailers haven't even been released yet for them, so it could be one of those things where I watch the trailer and I'm like, damn, this actually looks good. But as of right now, I'm gonna say we watch this on stream. Now You See Me 3. I like the series. I'm weird like that. I enjoy the Magician series, but I'm gonna say watch and chill. I think that it's gonna be okay to watch it at home. I don't care too much about the theatrical experience when it comes to this movie. I just hope that they button up the trilogy in a good way and they make it so that way it lands the plane basically. Like, you know what I mean? Like give us some cool tricks, some espionage type things and let us get on with our lives. We got Wicked for Good. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Uncle Manny approves on that. The first one was great. I know a lot of people had a lot to say about it. They had people are negative for crazy things, but I really enjoyed it. I also was a person who watched the play. I'm also somebody who likes musicals, ironically. I think they're gonna do good and make this part two really be cohesive with the first film so you can watch them back to back. It's a part of the story we didn't get in the play. So I think that it's gonna have fresh eyes on it. You know what I mean? Zootopia 2, I'm just gonna say watch and chill. It's animated. It's one of those things where I don't really care about watching animated movies in theater unless I have to. Five Nights at Freddy 2, I'm gonna go ahead and say also this one's hard because I watched the first one in theater. I'm gonna say worth your money. They did a really good job with the lore in the first one, and it looks like they're gonna be doing a really good job with the lore in the second one. Don't know too much about the franchise in itself, but I did enjoy the first movie. So I think the second one is gonna do well. They're taking their time with it. They're really keeping things under wraps. So yeah, I'm here for it. I say it's gonna be worth your money. Let's just go out on a limb and say that. I'm putting Avatar at don't even bother. I know a lot of people are gonna not like me for that, but I don't care because I'm not a fan of the Avatar series. I know a lot of people love it out there. I just can't get behind it. Anaconda remake. I think Jack Black, Paul Judd is in this. I'm gonna say watch and chill. We're catching that on streaming for sure. I think it's gonna be surprisingly funny, especially because the premise of the movie is them remaking their favorite movie, which is Anaconda. I'm guessing. Um, so when if I'm watching it on streaming though, I'm not gonna watch it in the theater. So hopefully it's a director streaming because I want to talk about it while it comes out. Ultimately though, it could be really good or it could be really bad. Or it could be so bad that it's so good. I don't know, man. Return of the Living Dead. I'm gonna say worth your money just because I wasn't around when the first one came out in the theater, and I think it'd be kind of cool in the theater, kind of like how the original was. So, and it does take place in the 80s. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. I'm gonna have to do some research on it to make sure that it's something that I think I'm gonna watch in a theater or wait for it to come on streaming. Scary Movie 6, whenever it comes out, I am definitely watching this in the theater. I'm giving it my stamp of approval already. So yes, Uncle Manny approves it. I don't know nothing about it. They haven't said anything about it, except that the Wayans brothers are back in the seat for it. There are so many movies they can make fun of, and I am totally here for it. Okay. I want them to be unhinged when it comes to this. Be unapologetically Scary Movie 6. Personally, I think that's the only way you have to do it. So I am totally here for it. I hope there's cameos. I hope there's a lot of stuff that makes us feel good. Okay. Bring back the strong hand, man. Then we have Dirty Dancing 2. This is one of those things where I'm just like, why? Just just why? Why do we need this? Who's asking for this movie? Death by Unicorn. I'm gonna say Uncle Manny approves. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because one, the concept looks really, really dope. I think it's gonna be an interesting movie that I don't think anybody's seen before, and it's gonna surprise a lot of people. So I'm totally here for it. Next, we have The Rock playing a boxer slash MMA fighter. And honestly, just based off of the photo that they shown, I am definitely going to say this is going to be worth your money. Not only do we have The Rock playing a serious role, he completely transformed himself to play this character. We might be seeing a movie that could win this man some awards. Next, we have what I think is the Bambi movie. We're gonna just put that as why just why. Again, also with why just why the Pooh verse. We're putting all of those movies that have to do with this in there. Please stop making them. I know they make a lot of money because they're cheap to make, and when a lot of people watch movies that are cheap to make, the profit is good. You know, it's kind of like a cheat code. You know, if you spend 50, $100,000 on a movie, but you make 1 million, it could be good for business, but doesn't mean necessarily mean that the movie is good. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. I know there's a ton of people who love this sort of movies and they're gonna go crazy, but I'm not one of them. The ending to the Quiet Place trilogy, I'm gonna say watch and chill. I've watched all of them on Netflix, and I'm gonna continue to watch them on Netflix. I don't think we need a theatrical release for it. We'll see what happens. I might change my mind on that. Horizon, I'm just gonna say don't even bother. I'm good on these Western movies. They're not my thing. I don't find myself going out of my way to watch them. Thanksgiving 2, I'm gonna say worth your money. The first one surprised me, and I think that Eli is going to nail it again. Just saying. I'm a fan, so I say let's go, man. Don't let me down, Eli. Don't let me down, man. You gotta make this movie good. Please give me a good sequel. You have everything there. You can do it. Strangers 3 or 2, whatever the Stranger movie, I'm good. Why just why? Please let that franchise die. I'm good. Gonna put Pinocchio under the why just why category because I feel like why? Why are we making this movie? Why do we care? Seriously. I mean, we had 2 Pinocchio movies in 1 year. What more do we want? Like, why do we keep trying to reprise this franchise? Let it go. He's a real boy now. Let him just be a real boy and go somewhere. Please. Hey, thanks for watching this tier list. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. This was a fun one to make. I think I want to do some more. Let me know what kind of tier list you want me to do in the comments. You guys have a good night. Enjoy good movies and stay positive. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching the end of the video. You must have liked it. So hit that subscribe button. And if you want to watch the next video, it's right here, man. Go ahead. What you waiting for?